2, Frontier Guard and VITOR 75. Wow. Let's go.
So excited. I love being on the desk, seeing what these players are going to do. This is what it's all about. This is what we all came here to see. And both players leaking some elixir.
Yeah.
Waiting to see what the other will do.
Makes you think that they're going to go a little bit heavier. Probably not going to go bait for Frontier Guard game 1, which I like. You know, never want to play your comfort unless you're in that last match where they both just went comfort game 1, and it was a very, very great time. And you see wall breakers come out early. So maybe just kind of holding for a minute. Evo Ghost, no surprise there. Zappy's so strong in the meta right now, Juicy. They were everywhere in the 20-win challenge.
Yeah, super versatile. So it looks like maybe 1.9. No, he has the Miner. So Miner, Evo Wall Breakers, Evo Ghost. VITOR looking like Golem, actually.
I was just going to say, what an interesting combination. He's got the Mini P.E.K.K.A, he's got the Skelly Drags with the Zap. He's going kind of Golem control here, if you will. And that's going to be tough for Frontier Guard to break through. He's going to have to get a lot of damage in single and then rely on Miner damage most likely throughout the rest of the game.
Both Barbarian Barrels coming out to defend the role of Ghost. Very common idea. Positive elixir trade.
Yep.
Looking at the matchup in total, I do like it for Frontier Guard with the poison for the Zappies, but he needs to have perfect defenses and he needs to make sure he uses his Evo Wall Breakers actually effectively on defense to deal with those big pushes.
And there's our first Evo Baby Dragon on the day. That's going to be a double connection here with those Wall Breakers, and VITOR just opting to eat that damage, maybe Golem up in the back, and there it is. I can still do this sometimes.
Evo goes to the bridge trying to pressure with the minions.
That's a big amount of pressure there. Skelly Drag's coming to clean things up. Minion plus Ghost. That's going to basically be tower down here for VITOR. But we've seen this before when you talk about beatdown decks. You just don't want that Royal Ghost to get too much damage on that Golem.
And it spawns in more ghouls. Skelly Drags do take it out. Cannon on defense, skeletons, and there's the poison. The poison here is so strong defensively, slowing down everything while taking out the skeleton dragons.
5 elixir to deal with this Mini P.E.K.K.A plus Baby Dragon push. The retargeting, though, not going to chase that wall breaker down. And here we go. Just play it at the bridge. Pressure at the bridge. Mini P.E.K.K.A gets 1. Mini P.E.K.K.A gets 2. And now we got an Evo Ghost on the board. This is a huge push for Frontier to deal with.
Mini P.E.K.K.A the bridge. Poison is missed. 28 seconds on the clock. The pressure's here, and here's the Evo Baby Dragon. Everything's gonna start moving really quick towards that tower, but the Barb Barrel, Andrew.
It cleans up everything, cleans up the ghouls, and you can see on Frontier Guard's face, he knows this is all but sewn up. Baby Dragon is on tower, but it's not gonna be enough. Big spell, not enough. 576, the newcomer takes game number 1. And the crowd loves it. Comfort to even things up.
Hopping into the game. Both players focused. I honestly feel like Guard is a little bit less nervous. He's starting to kind of vibe out on stage. VITOR starting with the Miner, Frontier with the Hunter Evo.
Yeah, most likely going Royal Giant. We don't see Hunter in a lot of other places. Can be in different beatdown decks, and then VITOR just going straight up control. Frontier maybe running what we saw Igor run earlier in game 2.
Mighty Miner in the back. This is an interesting matchup. You know, it's fairly even, but the Tesla is definitely going to be helpful versus these Monk pushes, being one of the buildings that don't get deflected.
And just talking about that 3-card cycle not really existing anymore in Clash Royale, the ability to get another Tesla down is not out there. So you have to think of other ways to defend, other ways to think about that double RG push, or like I've seen you do many times on stream, just get that Tesla out early, cycle back to it.
Big pressure at the bridge. E-Spirit. Will we see a log?
Wow, double connection. No log in.
Crazy. Big connection. VITOR's feeling good, and this is what you were talking about. I think this is VITOR's comfort, right? You know, you play some cycle, got some extra control with the guards and the Ice Wiz. Now, after seeing the Ice Wiz, I definitely feel like this is a very solid matchup for VITOR. It's really hard for Frontier Guard to break through. He almost needs a pre-log plus pre-E-Spirit to deal with the guards.
Yeah, we talk about outplayability with decks. A lot of times the heavier deck gets, the harder it is to outplay your opponent as games go on. RG's a little bit different because the way RG works, you can sequence that offensive push, as we saw Sandbox try to do earlier with the early arrows, then the E-Spirit to jump. But when you're talking about like what we saw in game number 1, it's really just put the golem down, put stuff behind it. VITOR has the ability here in game number 2 to diversify his attacks, change lanes, keep up pressure, get minor damage, get poison damage. I like what he does here in game 2. Play at my pace.
Frontier Guard with the Royal Giant Monk at the bridge. Monk ability is to flank the Ice Wiz a bit, but the Ice Wiz is still slowing everything down. And that is the power of the Ice Wiz versus the RG's pushes.
Great wall breakers there to stop the Fish Boy from pulling in. 20-45, 28-35, 45 seconds remaining here in regulation.
Okay, another Monk. So I'm just kind of thinking, like, if I'm guard, what do I do in order to win this game? I think that, you need a double RG push.
I was just going to say, do you go RG in the back? Juice?
Right. Yeah, maybe. The other thing, you talked about the Mighty Miner change, the 3-card cycle change. The other thing that really makes a difference there is the fact that you can get multiple Mighty Miners on defense. And these wall breakers just continue to connect.
Yeah, another big connection there. Yeah, double Mighty Miner, great way to deal with these RG pushes. Monk, obviously a bit of a frustrating card to run into when you're playing the Mighty Miner. Now we see Frontier go Evo Hunter in the back opposite lane. VITOR goes, I don't want to deal with that. Poison it off the board.
And here we go, Roll Giant in the back. He's going to use his Fisherman in the middle here to pull the Ice Wiz and also try to pull the Mighty Miners as well. And he's going to try and get multiple Royal Giants to the board to break through. The question is, can VITOR handle this pressure?
And maybe a poison coming down at the river. There it is to help clean up all those support troops. That Evo RG get eaten alive. And Frontier opts to not get another RG down.
Yeah, no extra RG and just letting it get melted by the Mighty Miner is wild. You definitely, another big thing about this matchup is just getting your cycle complete in a way that you can get your Fisherman to lock on the Mighty.
RG in front of some guards, Juicy. What's the thought there? You think they're going to try to surround the Mighty Miner or something?
I think he was just trying to take out his opposing guards, but it doesn't work. And now another big counter push from VITOR.
High Miner catch.
Wow.
Another connection. 10-32, 27-53. VITOR firmly in the driver's seat.
And we're heading into triple elixir overtime. We have not seen the last spell from Frontier Guard. I'm assuming it's going to be a lightning. I feel like if it was a fireball, he would have played in the Ice Wiz by now. And a pre-log in the E-Spirit. The guards come down. Will the wall breakers connect?
Wow.
No.
Guard so strong, so strong. One of my favorite cards. There we go. Hunter to deal with the Mighty Miner. So now the RG. They're going to expect the Tesla to come down here in the middle. No, he saves it to get the Tesla opposite lane. Love that patience by VITOR.
Fisherman does lock onto the Mighty Miner. A fireball comes through in the Ice Wiz, so it was fireball after all. This might be the first damage for Guard this whole game with 25 seconds left. It is a lot.
It is a lot. Not enough.
Oh, the wall
breaker away. Wall breaker connects. 18 seconds. We're going to game number 3 once again.
One last push. It's looking like a game 3 for sure. The Tesla is just cleaning up everything. The Mighty Miner's there once again. Wall breakers come through one last time with a pre-log for style points. Tower down. And ladies and gentlemen, game number 3. Let's get it, Andrew.
Absolutely. You can see the calm on VITOR's face. No celebration yet. He knows there's, we go. Game number 3 coming your way. VITOR takes game 2 after Frontier does a dominant game number 1 CRL debut. Love
the graphics here. Once again, guys, this is duels formatting best of 3s. Any card that's played previously cannot be played in this match. Cannon card in the back from Frontier Guard and a Furnace Evo from VITOR. Let's watch as these decks unfold to see what these players are using.
Cannon cart and barrel, Evo barrel, we see a lot of mortar. So Frontier Guard might have stolen my heart here and our first boss bandit of the competition.
Yeah, this is an interesting boss bandit bridge spam variation, I assume, but he has arrows as well. Maybe expecting that bait element to come out from Guard. And why, well, it is not complete bait. These, wow, Skeleton King ability.
Oh, wow.
Wait, this is a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure, a lot on the board, and VITOR doesn't really have a way to take care of it. He's got to go Spirit Empress up high, and this Dark Goblin should make light work of it, and this is going to be a lot of damage for Frontier Guard. VITOR is very fortunate he got that second shot in from the Empress.
Oof. That Vine spell was amazing. It's really going to stop most of everything, and then a Snowball comes out as well. So once again, before I was captivated by the Skeleton King ability, this Bridge Spam deck is fairly solid, but the fact that he has 3 spells to be so ready for these bait elements gives him a decent chance of actually coming back here.
Yeah, the fact that he can get on top of that Dark Goblin with 2 different spells is real, and they're both even trades. That's going to be something that's frustrating for Frontier Guard. You got that Evo Snowball to not always the best when you're going up against Mortar, when you're going up against Cannon Cart, and obviously you can get that Goblin Gang down first and then the Skeleton King down second. That's always going to be a great way to clean up those big pushes.
Boss spin in the back. Does very well versus Cannon Card, but not very well versus Skeleton King. And the gang as well. Wow. And the Skelly King ability. Maybe 3 spells isn't enough for all of this spam.
Yeah, we'll see how much the Furnace can do against the Skeleton King as time goes on. Spirit Empress could be a bit of an X factor here. The lightning comes down, though. That's a bit tough. Now we see this.
Yeah,
Ram Rider in.
Vines as well. And big connection with the Ram Rider. Snowball a little bit late. What does clean up the counter push. Skeleton Barrel in. What does VITOR have? There's the Furnace.
And this is a great cleanup here. Evo Furnace, those Fire Spirits going to hop. Arrows have to come down. But now Frontier Guard needs to think about the way VITOR put that push together and how he's going to sequence those spells.
Does he drop a mortar? He does drop the Evo Mortar. It doesn't connect. It's a good way to bait out an Evo Mortar for sure. Will the Cannon Guard go down? No, it's alive for the counter push. And another lightning is probably going to drop down the Spirit Empress.
And you see that surround there with the Goblin Gang. Going to go Evo, Snowball, pull everything back across the bridge, just as you called it, Juice. Lightning comes down on that Spirit Empress, 1078. Boss Bandit here to clean things up. Goblins as well. Cannon Cart still pretty healthy.
But a Ram Rider.
Pretty good push here now.
Arrows cleaning up, but the Boss Bandit 1 HP. It connects
huge.
the mortar. Will we see a Vine spell drop?
We need to see it. There's the Vines right on top of Dark Goblin. Does it charge?
Oh my God.
Wow.
It doesn't connect.
90 seconds remain, 1078, 2095. VITOR setting up opposite lane push, trying to make something happen here in the final 90 seconds.
Big pressure bridge, arrows drops, but now the Skelly King ability is full and ready to go.
Bandit doesn't dash.
Arrows onto the gang in the tower. Boss Man is getting annihilated by these skeletons.
70 seconds remain here. VITOR down by an arm and a leg. 985, 2095, firmly in control as Frontier Guard, staying on offense. I really, really like that. He's figured out ways to stop that Ram Rider without needing that mortar.
Arrows drop down as well. Evo Snowball is in cycle. Maybe that's the one thing that could give him a chance to break through, but Frontier Guard is firmly in the lead right now.
And Frontier Guard cycling, you know that mortar is going to be available. There it is, early cycled Evo mortar. That's great against the Boss Bandit too. There you go. See, Goblin comes down, dash to that Goblin instead of the Skeleton King.
Ram Rider in. Vine spell is strong, but the Cannon Card's distracting. The gang is there. The arrows are late. Ooh. And now the Evo Skeleton Barrel. Snowball drops and everything. Only 25 seconds left. Frontier Guard is firmly in the lead.
And maybe the biggest upset of day number 1 is about to happen here. Our 5-time world finalist being sent down to the lower bracket. 1888, 1850 to 719. You can see Frontier just sending that barrel opposite lane. It should be all sewn up.
Yeah.
And there it is. The newcomer takes set number 2.
Wow. Wow, I mean, perfect gameplay. The lightning, especially at the end there. Just not playing around, dropping the lightning to clean everything up. I mean,